Hello, everyone, and welcome to some Gran Turismo 4. We are going to continue, well, basically messing around with cars. That's how it's going to go. Let's go and buy. I mean, of all of the cars, this is the KA. This is what chat was. Actually comes in fairly good offensive blue to begin with. What other Fords do we have? Focus ST, Focus RS, Mustang. Ooh, they've got the SVT Lightning. That's cool. Ford GT, Concept GT, and a Focus Rally car. Um, well, Paddy Fancy wants the KA. We're going to go for it. We will go and get an offensive blue KA. Reese doesn't like the KA. However, I'm afraid chat has spoken. Chat has spoken. And, I mean, to be fair, that Capri, that's about as good as offensive blue as I think we're going to get the car. Or do we have... That's quite offensive yellow. I mean... that's... Yeah. That is definitely offensive yellow, and that's definitely going to make lots of people punch each other. And anybody outside of the UK is probably not going to understand that joke. We are going to attach a Ford KA to a £40,000 turbo. That's what we're going to end up doing here, and stick some NOS in it. I mean... Yeah. Shall we do turbo first? Let's just stick a massive turbo on the KA. There is indeed an RS200 road car, but it's not something that I seem to be able to buy. Oh no, we can't get stage 3 turbo on the KA. Oh, we can only get a piddly turbo. I say a piddly. Jeez. Okay, that's not as piddly a turbo as I thought it was. That's 171 horsepower KA. Can we make the KA more powerful than we can make, or more powerful than my actual RX-8? I have a horrible feeling we probably could. That's a big turbo. Can we get... Okay, so we can't... That just doesn't increase our power by any. Polish will give us another few... I don't think it's quite going to... make the 232 horsepower, but it might not be far off a 200 horsepower KA. And 200 horsepower... in a little car like this is going to be quite dramatic. Right, so let's go and racing chip. That's going to get us a little bit more. Of course, we've got to throw nitro in it. I thought the NA tuning... Well, I thought the turbo would just overwrite that because, well, the turbo would then make it non-naturally aspirated. I don't know. I might be wrong. I might be completely wrong. I don't know enough about Gran Turismo to say. So... There we go. We should probably get some brakes. It's always a useful thing. Always a useful thing to get some racing brakes when you're getting nearly 200 horsepower in the car. We can get a fairly mighty wing. For the KA. You'll see that in a minute. We're going to spend more money on suspension than we did on the car, but. There we go. Yeah, exhaust is going to be, I think, the last bit that we... Oh, we could do weight reduction as well, couldn't we? We can make it even faster. We can make it even faster. Exhaust for the car. Racing exhaust. 199. Damn it. Admittedly, I don't think that's counting in the extra boost that we get from the NOS. I think the 199 horsepower is only with the sort of, I guess, standard engine. What I do want is a limited slip diff for the car, because it's going to have a lot of power going through the front wheels, and the little engine is going to cry. the little chassis, I should say, is going to cry and cry and cry. So I'm not going to spend... I don't want to spend 9 grand on a flywheel, but 500 on a flywheel seems like a sensible idea to me. Hey, we're up to 200 plus people watching me strap a massive turbo into a KA. Admittedly, we'd probably get more people than that if I was actually, sticking a massive turbo into a KA. That would be quite an interesting experience. But racing tyres, it probably won't let us run in a lot of the events, so we'll stick with the tyres that it comes on. Also, they're quite expensive. And let's go and chuck out some weight. Yeah, let's get rid of some weight. Let's get it under... We might even get it under... Say get it under 900 kilos. We might get it to about 850, I would think. Apparently, it takes a little bit of time. to chuck the weight out. Crazy Moon makes a good point. We can try changing the oil. This is literally just a brand new car, but no idea if that will get that final little horsepower that we need. Just the little teensy bit of horsepower. Ooh, we can get 878. That's pretty good. And then it's time for a mighty wing. Then it is time for the mighty wing. Paddy Fancy's KA is going to be the fanciest of KAs that have ever existed. I mean, look at it. It is a majestic vehicle. I'm not quite going to go full mad with the NOS just yet. I guess we could like try a speed run with the car at some point. There we go. Right, we are off. What are we going to be like into the corners now the assists aren't going to be nannying us constantly? It's wheel spinny. Wheel spinny is what we're going to be like. Oh, okay. Maybe some degree of assists would be good in trying to get the power down. It is wheel spinny, to say the least. Oh, it is very, very good under braking, but then we can't actually use the power out the other side whatsoever. I'm not sure this is a wet track as much as a ice rink. I think it is more of an ice rink than anything else. All-wheel drive Evo versus lunatic Ford. Not quite going to go in my favour, I don't think. We will, though, fire the nitro down this back straight. Oh, God, we just don't turn in. That's the bigger issue here. We don't turn in. Nitro, we're spinning the wheels. I'm stuck on a old PS2 controller. It's kind of full throttle or nothing. Here we go. Nitro, we're actually out of gears in all of that. That's it. We're out of gears. That's how much we're spinning the wheels. It spins for days, and then we're off on the grass again. It might need a new gearbox. It might need a new gearbox as well, although it's very hard to tell if that's just wheel spin. I think it is. A lot of that is just wheel spin. It's safe to say this is not going to work, guys. It is safe to say this is not going to work on a wet track. Let's try and beat a Citroen C5. It's a Fiat Coupe. I love the Fiat Coupe. What a car that is. Right. Place your bets, audience. Can a Ford KA with NOS and 200 horsepower beat a Citroen C5? Oh, God, it's a standing start. Standing starts are not what we needed because that means we're going to go and spin. We will spin for many days. Come on, KA. Maybe short shift somewhere. There we go. Third gear. Third gear is good. Oh, God. We fight as soon as we hit that nitro button, it's just suddenly wheel. The nitro button is actually a wheel spin button. That's what's gone on here. We should be very good, theoretically, under braking compared to these cars. We've got way better brakes, but terrible tyres. So, yeah, I mean, it could kind of work. Once it gets going, like once the KA gets up to speed, it does really, it does really go up to 91 miles an hour, which in a normal KA would be after about 20 minutes on the motorway. You might eventually creep towards 91. The Citroen's making itself, well, kind of. In fact, we're a little bit boxed in here, guys. Oh, God, we end up in the back of the C5. Bad Citroen. God damn it. Oh, hello, Dodge. Shall we go here? Yes, we shall. Nitro! Come on, let's get 120 or 130. In fact, we would do 120 quite easily in this. In fact, we have got a lovely big long straight to try and get the world's far. Okay, that was a little bit cowardly driving by me. I don't really know this circuit very well. There, oh, God, still don't know this circuit very well. We're rallying. People wanted to see a rally KA. So a rally KA it is. Now, let's get out of this final corner nicely. Here we go. Audience, place your bets on the speed we're going to see out of the NOS-fueled KA. Goodbye, Citroen. Oh, that's not look behind. That was handbrake. 120. We're going to run out of gears at 135. It's still going. It's 140 miles an hour at KA. It is the fastest a KA has ever gone, I think. There's somebody's probably put like an Evo engine in a KA, but you know, I've seen a 205 with an Evo engine, so I imagine a similar sort of dumb thing is going to be put into into a KA. Well, there we go. Paddy Fancy's KA is the mightiest little hatchback that we have ever seen, I think, on a on a FailRace video. This could only end in a very sideways Volvo or a very, very big crash. I am leaning towards big crash. But there we go. I spy the Mercedes. The SL500 is ahead of us. Here we go. Volvo. Eventually. It takes a little while to get going. We're off. We're off. It's not a good start. Fire the NOS to try and not lose too much ground to the Mercedes. Oh, Christ, that really does drain the NOS a lot faster than we have seen previously. Now, brakes should be good in this. Indeed, they are. Actually, the brakes are very good in the Volvo. Can we outdrag? Oh, we're going to outdrag a Mercedes briefly. We can outcorner the Mercedes. It does still have more power than me, but actually, I don't know how much the SL500... I assume it'll have more than 270. NOS-assisted overtake! Woohoo! Okay, we're up one place. Oh, no. We've gone a little bit wide. Oh, we've gone very wide. We're rally cross. Oh, that's deep gravel. Well, we've buggered that one. Okay, we don't quite have that much grip. There was excitement, and then there was less excitement. Right. Volvo versus Mercedes. Round attempt number 2. Round attempt? Definitely round attempt, I think. That should be the official terminology. Now, not burn through too much NOS on the run towards the first corner, because we're probably going to go for a similar sort of overtake as we did last time around. We're not actually that oversteery. Impressively, for the big Volvo, it doesn't really move around that much out of these corners. It's got pretty decent traction, which is helpful. Which is helpful indeed. We're not going to be able to dive anywhere up the inside there. Now, same NOS-assisted pass. I think we're a little bit further back this time than I would have liked. But, oh, Mercedes did bump us a tad. Where is he? Haha! Volvo is through! And then fire the nitro. Yeah, as soon as you fire the nitro, it's just bye-bye Mercedes. And, ooh, slow down into the next corner. We can carry a lot more quarter speed than I currently am. And fire a little bit more NOS-assisted acceleration up the hill. Hello, Nissan. That's another one of my kind of realistic dream cars that I want in the vaguely near future, a 300ZX. And we have just gone past it with a Volvo estate. Admittedly, the Volvo estate cost many monies to upgrade it all. Ooh, panic and slow down. Well, we've got a little bit of a wiggle coming out of the corkscrew, but that's fine. We've still got about half a tank of NOS for the remainder of the race. We'll boost it out of the final corner, try and catch the leader. Whoa, okay, we can have a little bit of a sniff there. If we have to lean on the AI cars, that's okay. I spy a big Infinity thing. The Skyline by name, but not really by looks. That one. Okay, they're going to be very slow around that final corner. Fine. You know what? You're going to make Rally Volvo. Then we'll do that. Bye bye. We've overtaken some Skylines in the Nitro Volvo. Oh, I don't even know what we're racing against at the front here. Not sure what it was. We're 120 miles an hour. Oh, up towards turn 1. Oh, it's the Chrysler, wasn't it? The 300C. Oh, come on, Nitro Volvo. We can do it. We can get the Chrysler. I'm not sure, guys. What do you reckon? KA or Volvo so far? What are we thinking? This is a this is a bit more of a manageable vehicle, and in many ways I think this is a little bit more of a usable vehicle. Actually, you know, be able to utilize its near 300 horsepower. Well, I say slow down. We can panic and grab that brake, and then maybe even run around the outside of the Chrysler, not quite fully. Here we go. We're going to burn through what's left of our nitro. I mean, up the hills will help us quite a lot. Grab that brake for the top of the hill. Haha! We've got past the 300C as well. It is mighty, the Volvo. It is mighty indeed. But we're going to have to defend a little bit because I can't burn. I want to save any nitro we might have left for that start-finish straight out of the final corner. It was neat enough down the corkscrew. Oh, big understeer from the Volvo. It's fine though. One more corner to go. In fact, once we're in clean air and able to carry good corner speed, once I've kind of figured out what the Volvo is capable of through the turns, then we're kind of sorted here. Last squirt of the nitro. It will be victory. It will be victory to the big estate car. Oh, there's a Daihatsu Move SRXX. Yes, there has to be more than one model of Daihatsu Move in... This is why Gran Turismo has 1,000 cars, because they have 3 models of Daihatsu Move in the game. I don't know what the difference between the SRXX is. I mean, it's 2-wheel drive as opposed to what the other one was 4-wheel drive? Maybe it's a driftmobile. I don't know. Doesn't look like... Oh, they've got another Legnum for sale. Doesn't look like there's going to be. There's a Hatsu Siron. I think that's just going to be another silly... I say a silly box. Oh, God, no. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. There's a Wagon-R. Distract people. Distract people with a Nissan March. I think the March is just a different name for a Micro, isn't it? No. What can we distract people? Oh, there's a Siron X4. There is a Siron X4. That's better. Oh, God, there's a Prius. No, don't show chat Priuses. Look, Siren. There's a Daihatsu. Okay. Look, it's called an X. It's still pretty hideous. I remember the Siren from Enthusia. We did have a Siren in Enthusia. It wasn't very good, but we did have one. And I'd rather the X4 than the standard one. No, dear. I think chat might have seen the Prius. Oh, bugger. Oh, dear. We're going to buy... We will modify this. Oh, actually quite light. I'll give it that much. Yeah, we need to win the Midget Cup to get the legendary Daihatsu. Right. Chat, I'm going to do this, and I hope you are Oh, bugger! I think it's all changed. Oh, what a shame! What a shame! I suspect there won't be a Prius anymore because it's all moved around. Because I went to a dealership to have a look at what car there was, and there's now no Prius. There's now no used Prius for sale. Oh, it's such a shame. I mean, I was going to buy it and everything. Oh, there is a Ford Taurus. Oh, there's a midget now. We've been distracted. We've been distracted because now there's a midget. And it's in kind of purple. It's the goofiest looking car. I am sure chat will have completely forgotten about the Pri now that there is a midget. Perfect. Perfect. Right, okay, I'll tell you what, chat. I'll do you a deal. Before we move on to V-Rally, I will go and stick a giant turbo in the midget, and then we will go do the Midget Cup. That is going to be the one. I did also spot on the way down. That is the reddest Lotus Esprit. You know, we found offensive yellow. We have now found offensive red. That is the most offensive of red, I think, in existence. Gee, Reese isn't in chat, but if he was, Reese would be proud. That is the most offensive red I have ever seen. I also saw a beautiful-looking Camaro. I like the purple cars. I like the purple cars. Okay, maybe not quite. That colour looked better in the little display image. Doesn't quite work on the Z28. Ooh, there is an Alto Works. What is this? I want to see what... I've got distracted by cars again. What the hell is that thing? So it's only $7,000. We're buying it. I've got very distracted by cars. I've got very, very distracted by cars. I don't want to use that now, but that will be saved for later. Bloody hell. I love this game. I love this game. It's just so fantastic. There's more offensive red as well. There's a lot of offensive red going on. It doesn't beat the Esprit. Ooh, what's a Legacy Touring Wagon? I know what the Spec B is. What's the difference between the Touring? Oh, not much. Sorry. We're going to go and buy... We're going to buy a giant turbo for the midget, and then we will go and race it at Daihatsu Land. Sure. There was a sentence in there that made sense. Perhaps the better question should have been not position will I finish in. It's how many times will I fall off the circuit. That's the better bet, audience. How many times will I fall off the circuit? How many times will the little Daihatsu escape the track? And it has to be all 4 wheels off the circuit for it to count. Okay, all 4 wheels off the circuit counts as a Daihatsu escape. Otherwise, it is a non-official escape. We could just bump our way through. Right, I'm not going to fire the nitro now while we've got cars around us. We will fire the nitro coming down the main start-finish straight. Can we be flat out, do we reckon, around this corner? Let's try it. No, we can't. Oh, God. I realised that was going wrong, and I just grabbed the brakes, and that... You know what I said about there not being a better way to stop than other than hitting a tree? I think that's what it's like on qualifying super softs. That's ridiculous. That is insane. That was just panic, brake, immediately stop. These tyres are ridiculous. I'm not even sure I've extended the gears long enough, actually, for this. We will be flat out here. Nitro time! Come on, 100 mile an hour Daihatsu midget. We can do it! Oh, it's going to be really close. Oh, no, it's 99. Another scapade. Right. A better run and earlier on the nitro and we will do 100. It's going to happen. Okay? We're going to get to 100 miles an hour in a Daihatsu midget. On a very small track. Like, this will do more than 100, I have no doubt. But it's trying to do it in this very small space of time that we can. I hope this is everything you guys were hoping it to be. I am really hoping this is everything you guys were hoping it would be. The little Daihatsu. Here we go. Around the final corner. Get on the nitro earlier this time around. Oh, I still might be a little bit too late. Come on, Daihatsu. Oh, because I've got to turn for that corner. Right, we're definitely going to have to be on the nitro even earlier. The brakes are still phenomenal. I'm actually impressed by how much it's going up on 2 wheels as well across the curb. If people hadn't told me that cars couldn't roll, I think there might be half a chance. Or I say if people hadn't told me, I'm fairly sure I've tried in the past. Like, it looks like they might, but don't think the physics engine is quite built to allow that. I hope my tyres aren't going to actually fall apart, because qualifying tyres are hardly designed to last more than about a couple of laps. So... There we go. Right, so if we start getting on the nitro right about now, we might. Oh, God, but then we kind of have a wobble. Oh, no, pit lane, bad. Oh, we're not going to do it. We found something the qualifying tyres couldn't deal with. They couldn't deal with a big old burst of nitro around the corner that early. We just ran out of grip. We are on, let's face it, bicycle wheels, pretty much. And as good a compounded tyre as it is, bicycle wheels still don't work. Oh God, that's not a fun camera angle. We try. The body roll is quite pronounced when you're driving from bonnet view. Well, I say body roll, that's just the grip. It just launches itself forward. Well, we tried, guys. We got 99 miles an hour. We got 99 miles an hour pretty consistently out of the Daihatsu, because we're not going to be able to do it because the finish line is there. It's 91. The AI will take control. There we go. Massive turbo, massive NOS Daihatsu midget has gone and gone quite quickly.